Still the most notable thing to happen on stream this week is Kim Kitsuragi going to the racist lorry driver and just intimidating information out of him. Watching this piece of shit just shrink as the threats and intimidation without actually, like, without doing anything physical to him. Just literally talking him into having this shit scared out of him. Not even directly threatening him or anything. When we left off, I was able to move, but only just barely. I have a bow tie now, and some sick track pants, and we're putting this flashlight away. So, after having a...
Seriously, what's eating you, man?
Have we met the cryptozoologist's wife's husband? No, but we are on that side of the river now. Or the sea gate, or whatever it is. Wednesday, when we stopped playing this, I talked to her for a few minutes, and then loudly broke down. We told her that she should wear a hat. Yeah, we told her she should wear a hat, and then she was like, nah, I'm good. And we were like, no, you should wear a hat, though. And she was like, fuck the hat. And then we talked for like 5 minutes about whether we should just stand right here and have sexual intercourse with the hat on the sea ice. And then we cried. And then we walked away for a bit. And now now that we've given that some time to cool down, we talked about the hardcore and I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, so now we're gonna maybe try to have like a normal conversation for a bit.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
I don't know, that sounds subjective to me. Can we talk for a minute?
I was wondering when you would come around. What's up?
Oh, we're gonna talk. Oh, we're gonna really talk about, like, stuff. Okay. I guess there's something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
It's the plight of the working class. Uh-huh. The plight of the working class, everyone mooching off the entrepreneurial class. It's the foreign people taking our jobs. People just putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good. It's the plight of the working class.
Oh, really?
The golem of capital runs rampant, smashing creator and slave alike. I feel the process is irreversible.
So the thing that's got you crying in front of strangers is social justice?
Is there a problem? I haven't seen much of this world, but what I've seen, social justice is an adolescent term. Sounds almost liberal. What's got me shaken up is the people's struggle. It's got me shaken up bad. That's probably not it, is it?
No, it sounds like you just got chick issues.
You could be right. I don't know for certain, but that sounds like the most logical conclusion.
Well, think about... Anyway, was there something else?
What'd you see in the church?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
You know what? Try me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent.
Why do people keep saying it's like a crab when it obviously sounds like a spider?
He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Cool story.
Like a crab, you say?
I have not seen crabs crawl along ceilings. If that is a capability that they have, then you know what? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I was gonna say to like show me proof, but you know what? Animals are fucked up, and there probably is one that does it, and my life will be better not knowing about that existing. So just forget it. What did the crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Okay.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
Come on, quit stalling. What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
Wait. I'm muscular and have a mesh tank top.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
A gangster crab man. Yeah, I don't believe you. No, you know what? I'll buy it.
Why?
Why would you lie about it?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
What's the deal with the dudes in the tent?
My associates. I haven't got much to say about them.
You, like, something, though.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
That's perfectly fair. All right, what about yourself?
Me? I'm a silver bird.
All right, moving on.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
What's that thing you're doing with on the ice? What is that thing?
this is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
Explain more things.
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Uh-huh.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
How does that work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get that from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium.
What the shit is that?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole.
Are you talking about the pawn shop?
It's a music club and a synthesizer
Nope.
workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals. How are these the only two options? What the fuck? Who is the Arno? Who is this guy? Who is that?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Elysium going kind of person.
Hey, listen. I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind. I'm gonna keep using lingo until your generation recognizes one.
I don't know what that means either.
I don't either, but I have concrete evidence that I rock in the form of a rec tape player in a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
Time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
That hurt my morale. No, Ark, this is the worst problem. I did understand my parents' lingo, and then I started using that from like an early age and like listening to their music. So I've been a generation behind my entire life. I was the one taking a bus to school listening to like Kool and the Gang and the Commodores. Which I don't regret. That's good music, but like I couldn't really like relate to anybody on a whole pop music level. I have non-mic questions. Bee Gees are good.
Okay.
What are you doing out here?
Recording, I guess.
Recording literally what?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Probably bad. Good chance that it'll probably peak the recording quality, but
What
that's...
happened to the old headphones?
What happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
For what?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
That's drugs.
Everything checks out, sire.
Great! Thanks, drama! Oh, we were so close. What are these recordings for?
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
No, I mean, this is a real thing. It's not, what is it called? It's not incidental music. It's a type of experimental music that has a name that I can't remember right now.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill, the quivering jaw, indications of a drug high. She is on some kind of stimulant, amphetamine or methadone, and its effects are wearing off fast. She will begin to experience more and more valleys now, and fewer peaks.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
That's right. Don't make me talk about fucking my hat again.
It's okay.
Here, you need this more than I do.
Thanks.
Damn, I like that hat. You said it's supposed to be a music place? You mean the one that Andre's got planned, the church?
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Elysium or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Elysium, that's for sure.
And who are these boys?
Who are the boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
Yeah, I talked to them.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while they're in there?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
I was in there.
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff, like this tape recorder, but bigger.
Some of that could be outside and then you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
That's really depressing.
Go ahead.
I gave her a hat. Tell me more about the music place.
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium. Except that, yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here.
Oh.
Not in a million years.
What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Oh. Alright, let's keep... Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
Wait, what? Anodic music. Now I'm gonna find out what it is. What is it? Are we getting into a loop?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles.
Alright, enough about the church.
Go ahead.
This isn't gonna work, but we'll give it a go.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath, you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
Okay, bye.
Bye. This is fine. I've got 4 skill points. And I feel like I should be using them, but I just don't want to use them. I guess I could put one... Yeah, you know what? Let's throw one into empathy and try that check again.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you gonna help us? With the church, I mean.
Oh, I wasn't expecting new stuff here. I gotta ask questions first.
Shoot.
Oh, I didn't mean to you.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron.
Hello again.
Oh, okay. Well, at the very least, we are gonna go and check out the church. Also, I'm short a hat, so... Whoops. The bum hat it is, then. Damn, I'm gonna miss that hat. That was a good hat. Dead phone. Smashed receiver like someone hung up too hard. That was probably me. That was probably me several days ago. I bet it was.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. 2 large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Calling it now, run your hand over a beam will result in a splinter. I'm gonna do it anyway, but it's happening.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Oh, it's smooth? Okay, let's look at the back. Let's look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
What's up with the sticker?
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What is suggestive of junior delinquency?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
That, just that? Let's peel the sticker without ripping it.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put the sticker in your ledger after the last entry.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Yeah, let's go! Style your paperwork! I will take that 10 XP. Let's open the padlock.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open. Feels like electricity and a very small piece of nothingness.
Let's go.
Pull on the
A
doors.
great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city,
Yo. All right. Prayer book has been left open. Bowl is filled with water. Live wire runs directly into it. Could these wires work as contract microphones? Because we know what that is now. Cracked pane of colorful glass. Restaurant flowers on the glass. Okay. That's an interesting That's a nice scarf. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass is a really, really nice way to express that. Spider spun its web. Shoes. Those look like new-ass shoes. Well, given the setting, it's highly likely they're not new, but they are different. Empathy go up. money also go up. Look at this Fallout terminal.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Okay.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on. We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
This machine looks like the one in the Doom commercial area.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Thanks, interfacing. That was a lot of information. Let me just look at
You
it.
see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Okay.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Like the recording is 100 years old, or the person on the recording is 100 years old?
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brune.
Oh, it's her.
Is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
I looked in, like the one in the Doom commercial area. She doesn't know what that is, but we're gonna ask it anyway.
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
That checks out then.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the Doom commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just says log February, March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
I'm done.
Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
What if we print?
Nothing happens.
Then let's leave. Uh-huh. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. That's a strange thing to be doing. Recent complex equations, radios, frequencies. Cold wind. 2 decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. No sign of a crab man. Fork lightning pattern from outside. Yeah, it's a weirdly, like, analog
In
way
white,
to
silver,
handle
and apricot
computers,
fields,
isn't it?
The young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty.
It's almost like a weird it's like a future where like radio operators like not radio operators but like phone operators. Like, what if we never stopped using phone operators and then the internet happened? Switchboard operators, thank you. That is the right word. Yeah, it's like having switchboard operators for the internet. Which, if there's only 2 connected computers in the entire city, is actually a reasonable thing to have. Like with the internet not connecting like half the planet, like you could have someone connecting the like 30 or 40 people on one network. Still weird.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress.
Oh, yeah.
You should kneel.
No.
Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you.
I'm not your bug.
As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder with 3 fingers.
I'm not doing that shit either.
Good call. She left us all in the shits. Don't give her a single thing. Just stand there in the apricot-colored light of the window, secretly grinding your teeth. The woman smiles her distant smile, unmoved, struck in half by the crack in the glass. Serves her right. She only cares about her sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time. To leave.
That feels a little bit, That seems very specific to your situation. How did I know this was the mother of humanism? Actually, let's ask who this is, see if we get a bonus.
It's Dolores Day. The old woman was right. This is the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew about it?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials.
Huh.
We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Well, that didn't help at all, but it was very interesting. We're gonna look at our clothes real quick and see if, what do we need? Encyclopedia and... Was it visual calculus?
The mother of
visual
humanism
calculus.
stands above you.
We do have visual calculus on the glasses. So we can bump that. These are fine. Probably.
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious and
Encyclopedia is not
complex wax
rhetoric,
painting.
but
on a single pane of glass.
Here goes.
A crack runs across. It's a mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know
I'm
is
good.
this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look.
All right, let's do some actual police work here and see about the cracked glass.
The shards
Son of a
glimmer
bitch.
in the dark. You see little pearls of light on the edges.
Oh
of
yeah,
the
we
crack
shaved in the
that
last
splits
stream.
the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know.
I don't think anyone really liked it. I don't even think that Harry liked it. I'm sorry, I mean Raphael. All right, damn it. Give me something.
The mother of humanism stands above. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text, a light motif below them both.
Who did this? What did this?
Unknown. A motor carriage, a gunshot, someone falling into it, or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break.
That doesn't narrow it down at all. That's such a broad collection of things. Who's this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
What does the motto say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
I don't know a lot of French, but I think that is after life, death. After death, new life.
And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
I don't know that one, but it looks like we'll get it. It looks like we'll get it ourselves.
Death, life again.
Uh-huh.
After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't think I like that.
This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why not?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
Ugh. What is the motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Option 4, what the fuck? I like the other one better.
So do I.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass.
Might be time
Nothing has
to...
changed in her
It
expression.
might be time to run some more magnesium.
Despite the
Oh, no, we hit
damage
it.
you've done to yourself,
Just barely.
the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
The way you're describing it, it sounds like it is basically an analog to Jesus.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
What is an innocence?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
Like a tyrant?
In a way, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built from the ground up to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, except in this case, like, she appears to be like a leadership figure.
An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
Oh. When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
What else do I know?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
Was she smart?
Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
I do actually care. Wow. She's not technically Columbus, because, first of all, it seems like she's actually a good person. And also, she didn't go on the voyages herself. She just, told someone else to do it.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
Yeah, that feels made up.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress.
I want more. This is, like, legitimately interesting.
As did we all. The lands of the Mess and the Occident, and even faraway Supremwindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
Her what now?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vespa Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful. There was a picture of her, and it said multiple times that she was very pretty. So I feel like this is just going to damage my morale, but sure, let's do it.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Then what happened?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Huh. Was there something, like, really weird about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
Uh-huh. Yeah, back to Columbus. Okay, hold up. I feel like you lead with this stuff.
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
Glowing lungs is fucked up! Why did we tolerate this bourgeois woman that long before we shot her?
She introduced us to the idea of public education, retirement, and modern diplomacy.
Alright, I guess those things are good.
Either way, this church, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in.
Whew. Okay, well.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
I think I hear something?
And then it's gone. Almost all of it, but for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Guttural scream.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
Make other sounds.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
What is happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Can't hear shit, Lieutenant!
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
Well, if we're both hearing it, it's definitely real. Something odd is happening.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Let's see what's back. Oh, shit. Red check cannot be retried. 83 should work.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
On the ceiling?
Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. It's climbing down, holding on the beams.
Follow it.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Yes.
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Prepare for an attack.
Blink. Jump scare?